Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's still How to Train Dragon Week. So 4 videos a week now. And you may notice I am not in front of my whiteboard, which is on the other side of the room. Partially because I do have 3 more comparison and opinions to do. But I'm going to do them next How to Train Dragon Week because they kind of need to be together. I mean, I guess I could technically do one now and then do 2 next week, and then this video and the other video I want to do that week, but no. So this one is, well, it's not really a new series. I really only have, 3 series going on right now. I have Comparison and Opinion, which is going to be just because it's Comparison and Opinion, I'm going to be doing characters between books and movies, but I have The Great Debate, which I have 2 videos on that. And then I have Explained, which I only have 1 video on that. I have another series I want to start, but I'm not going to get into that quite yet. Okay, so How to Train Dragon Week. So, lots I could talk about. Today I thought I would talk about Race to the Edge and why it is so important in How to Train Dragon canon. Now, everything is. The books, they're important, especially the last 4. The movies are important, TV shows, the shorts. But I'm going to talk mostly about Race to the Edge, and I'm going to get into transition seasons, so I'll be explaining that, so, and why it's there. Okay, so, let's start with, why it's there. So, How to Train Dragon Race to the Edge came out, in 2015. Yeah. I'm not sure the actual release date, but it came out in 2015. A year after How to Train Dragon 2. Now, as you remember, How to Train Dragon 2 takes place 5 years after How to Train Your Dragon. In between that, we have Rise, /Fainsburg, and some shorts, okay. But that doesn't really cover much. Now, Race to the Edge ended in 2018, a year before The Hidden World came out. So why is it there? Well, we know that Rise /Fainsburg is supposed to fill in, is pretty much, I think, the same year. Yeah, same year as the first movie, so, okay. Then we have How to Train Your Dragon 2, so we don't really know what happened but those 4 years. How to Train Your Dragon Race to the Edge takes place 3 years after Rise /Defenders of Berk, so a year before How to Train Your Dragon 2, so I think it's just those 2 years. And it follows the pursuit of the Dragon Eye and the search for the King of Dragons. And it's pretty much a transition series. Okay, so now, transition seasons. This is something I made up. Transition seasons is where most of the character development does a 180. So in Little House on the Prairie, it has 2 transition seasons, Season 4 and Season 6. Season 4 for Mary, because that's when she kind of grows up. You know, most transition seasons, that's when people go from the kids to adults, or if they're already adults, a change in their life. And then Season 6 for Laura, because, yeah. Walton's, it's Season 5, because then it kind of diverts out of John Boy as main character to the family, and they're all teenagers, except for maybe Jim Bob and Elizabeth, and growing up. Heartland. Heartland's actually divided up into eras. Well, they're all the TV shows in my way, but Heartland, believe it or not, I put their transition season as season 5. Technically, though, yeah, season 5, because that's when Amy's no longer a teenager but more of an adult. But I will get into the Heartland eras a little later in a different video, in Heartland Week or some other time. And then for Road to Avonlea, because Road to Avonlea has 7 seasons, same with Walton's, it's the middle season, which is season 4. Yeah, season 4. Now, How to Train Your Dragon Race to the Edge, this is different. This is a transition series. The whole series, we see them grow up from little teenagers that just to the adults they are in the second film. Some of them, Tefnut and Ruffnut, sometimes I wonder. And it has its own share of storylines, and mostly it focuses on Hiccup and his friends, although sometimes they divert off into Heather and Dagger. So yes, I explained why it's there. It's there to fill in the first and second film, and it's there so you can see the characters grow up. But why is it that it's so important, and how is it that they managed to do 6 seasons in 3 years? 2 years a season, but the show is important because it shows the whole series shows that theme of conquering those monsters and giants and villains in our life and growing up. Race to the Edge shows both of those, in which they're searching for, they start by fighting off between the Dragon Eye with those monsters and villains in your life, so that's where that's the struggle, and then eventually find that the whole reason they got into this mission so that they could find the King of Dragons. And then searching for that something. So I'm making this as a metaphor for life. When they find the Dragon Eye, they wonder what it is, so you wonder what's going on with your life. Then when they find out what it is, and why Vigo and the other guys want it, so you figure out why your life is important, and that I'm going to put this into a Christian perspective, that Satan, the devil, wants your life, so you're fighting with him, plus trying to overcome those things in your life that put you down, those bullies, those tests, those people, and then you find that your life is something more, the King of Dragons, that important thing in your life that you're going to accomplish, and you search far and wide to find that something. This probably is not making any sense to you, because it's not making sense to me, but Race to the Edge is important because it's something, it has to do with growing up, and it does have some hilarious moments, and it explains lots of stuff. In the second movie, we see the Hiccup's flame sword, Inferno, or the Dragon Blades. Yeah. Where did he get that? Race to the Edge explains it. Hiccup and Astrid's relationship. Apparently in the second movie they're betrothed because Stoic says, "That's my future daughter-in-law." So what was that? In the first movie, you can see that Hiccup has a very obvious crush on Astrid, but there's like nothing in Ratisfine as a book. Race to the Edge explains that. Drago Bloodfist, we kind of get a backstory on him, just a bit. We learn where Valka gets her Bewilderbeast. Of course, Dagger and Heather aren't in that film, but of course that makes sense because their characters were just there. And in Race to the Edge, they actually become main characters in the series, which Race to the Edge came out after How to Train Your Dragon 2. So, there we go. Why is it so important? It explains stuff that was in the second film that may not have been making sense to certain people. And it's a transition series. It grows the kids become not just those teenagers that are trying to prove dragons are cool, but are trying to save the dragons and the world from the hunters. And it's a story we can all relate to, that struggle in your life. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. Stay tuned for next week, Heartland Week, so some videos on that. Maybe a sneak peek in Season 14, we'll see. And that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite Race to the Edge episode is. If you haven't seen Race to the Edge, I suggest you go watch it. It's on Netflix. Or you can do what I did and buy this series on Amazon. Alright, see ya.